Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we are taking a look at a really cool spice pick in the Open Master League, XL Avalugg. These battles were submitted by a member of the community, so many thanks for the battle submission. Avalugg is a pure Ice-type Pokemon with the moveset of Ice Fang, Body Slam, and Avalanche. This trainer runs a team of Giratina Altered, Mamoswine, and Avalugg, and was able to get a 15-game win streak. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out some highlights from the win streak using Avalugg in the Open Master League. Rough lead in the first match, Giratina into Togekiss. Going to save switch into Mamoswine, opponent throws 2 charms, and then brings in Excadrill. Mamoswine farming up to a potential Bulldoze, baiting with the Avalanche, and able to grab a shield. Mamoswine definitely not a Pokemon known for its bulk, so they are going to commit the shield on the drill run, and then try and get to that Bulldoze. Unfortunately not going to be able to get there, but from this range, Avalanche should just about KO, and it is able to grab the KO. And the final Pokemon in the back is a Bite Tyranitar. So a definite spice pick, going for the Bulldoze. Do they respect it? They do not, and that does big damage onto the Tyranitar. Tyranitar able to bite down. At this point, the Giratina doesn't have a lot of play. So bringing in the Giratina just to absorb some energy, and now in comes Avalugg. Avalugg is able to Ice Fang down, and now there is nothing to stop the Avalugg from going to work against this Togekiss. No baiting here, going straight for the Avalanche. Avalanche takes out the Togekiss, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Giratina into Melmetal. If you're going to see a Melmetal on this team, definitely nice to see it on the lead, as this is a very neutral matchup. Giratina has the ability to tank a ton of Rock Slides, and the Shadow Claws do actually add up over time. Melmetal going for the Rock Slide, Giratina is going to be firing back with the Shadow Sneak. Neither Pokemon really able to do a whole lot of damage in this matchup. Opponent goes for the catch of the Shadow Sneak onto Dialga, but Giratina able to hold on to the energy, go for the Dragon Claw, and then in comes Avalugg. Avalugg will get outpaced here. As you can see, Dialga able to reach the Iron Head before they're able to reach the Avalanche. But these Ice Fangs are really adding up on Dialga, farming up quite a bit of energy and deciding to go for the bait. This is going to be high risk, high reward. Able to grab the shield, going for the Avalanche, and able to get there. This is very nice. This is how they're going to win switch or grab the final shield. Dialga deciding to double shield. And at this point, do you just let it go? Looks like they are going to let it go. And then my guess would be try and farm down with Mamoswine. In comes Mamoswine. Mamoswine able to farm down and leaves with a ton of energy. They bring in the Melmetal, trying to snipe, but a beautiful catch onto the Giratina. Melmetal just went for the Rock Slide. Very, very nice catch onto the Giratina. And now Giratina is going to be able to misalign those switch clocks, going for the Shadow Sneak as the opponent decides to stay in. They try and catch, and the final Pokemon in the back is Lugia. So Mamoswine with an energy lead looks to have some incredible sweeping potential in the end game. Giratina overfarming as much as they can, going for Shadow Sneak after Shadow Sneak. The bulky Lugia does not have to shield. Giratina not going to be able to reach another Shadow Sneak, but going for a last-second Dragon Claw. Lugia knows better than to shield anything, and now Mamoswine going for the kill shot with the Avalanche. Avalanche able to take them out. Back in comes Melmetal. This is a tough call. Will they superpower? They call it, and they call the Rock Slide. What a call there. This will just be another Rock Slide. At this point, the Melmetal does not want to debuff themselves, but the opponent concedes the match. Hopping to the next match, leading Giratina into the Mirror. With 2 Ice types in the back, definitely going to want to switch out of this. Safe swapping into the Mamoswine, but the opponent is not switching out. If they're weak to Ice in the back, then this is a really good sign. Giratina going for the Dragon Claw, and it ends up being a desync CMP tie. Mamoswine going for the Avalanche. Avalanche lands and does massive damage onto the Giratina. From here, Mamoswine can easily tank a Dragon Claw and probably commit to the farm down. Mamoswine going for the farm down. Opponent saves that Giratina for a potential sack later in the match. Mamoswine only getting to 1 move, going for the Bulldoze. It lands and able to do massive damage onto the Dialga. In comes the Giratina. Dialga does reach a move. I think they're short of a Draco here. Committing the shield. It is just an Iron Head. That is a bit unfortunate, but Giratina does have a lot of banked energy, and the final Pokemon is revealed to be Excadrill. Being down a shield isn't the best for this matchup, but Giratina does have a massive energy lead that is going to help with that. Giratina can tank 1, totally fine, and now going to overfarm and continue to unload these Shadow Sneaks. My guess is we'll probably see a shield here, which we do, and then Giratina making a risky play, counting on the fact that the opponent has lost count, going for the Dragon Claw, and able to grab the shield. At this point, they're going to let the Giratina go down, and they are going to trust in Avalugg. In comes Avalugg, able to farm down the Giratina, and back in comes the Excadrill. All that Giratina did was give this Avalugg extra farm. Excadrill goes for the Rock Slide, Avalugg tanks it, able to farm down, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Giratina into another mirror match. Same as last time, going to be safe switching into the Mamoswine, but unfortunately this opponent has a hard punish to Mamoswine in Kyogre. Mamoswine going for the Bulldoze. This is not going to be doing a whole lot of damage, but Kyogre makes a mistake. Kyogre shields, and that could give an advantage in this match. Kyogre farming up a ton of energy. This is enough for a Blizzard. Going to commit the shield, and it's just a Surf. And the opponent actually throws a second Surf. So the opponent tipping their hand that they do not have Blizzard. That is definitely a mistake by the opponent, as they very easily could have farmed up and faked another Blizzard to grab the second shield. Whereas now Giratina has no incentive to shield now that the Kyogre has shown that they don't in fact have Blizzard. Surf, totally fine. They're going to be able to farm up and now go for the Dragon Claw to secure the KO. They actually decide to undercharge there, getting a little greedy, and the opponent saves the Kyogre for a potential sack swap later in the match. So that is not ideal. Able to land a move, and now in comes Avalugg. And the question is Avalugg going to commit to the Ice Fang down here? This is going to be very interesting. Avalugg able to get the Ice Fang through, which is very, very nice. Giratina spamming out the Dragon Claws, but level 50 Avalugg has a ton of bulk to it, and it looks like it is going to be able to fully Ice Fang down, tanking the Dragon Claw like it's nothing, and they have a ton of energy. Do we see the third Pokemon here? No, the opponent decides to bring in Kyogre, not taking any chances, going for the Body Slam to take out Kyogre. Down goes Kyogre. The Pokemon in the back is going to be Mewtwo, and this is scary. Going straight for the Avalanche, hoping it will land, and it does. That is massive. That does quite a bit of damage. Trying to go for the Body Slam, but Mewtwo with a very nice play, throwing on CMP. This is going to be tough. Can Giratina either get to 2 moves or farm down before Mewtwo is able to get to 2 moves? I think they are going to be able to farm down here. Mewtwo should be 2 off. Come on, Giratina, able to farm down, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Giratina into Excadrill. This is a pretty nice lead for Giratina based on bulk alone. Giratina is significantly tankier than Excadrill. As you're going to see, this drill run is not going to be doing a whole lot of damage, but the Shadow Claws really add up, and so does the Shadow Sneak. This charge move is going to be taking the Excadrill below half health, so a couple more Shadow Claws plus 1 more Shadow Sneak is actually going to be able to take out the Excadrill. Giratina, very nice job overfarming, maximizing energy, and going to be going for the Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak actually lands, and Giratina is able to win the lead. In comes Lugia, banks a Dragon Claw, and in comes Mamoswine. Mamoswine will shield up. This is only a Sky Attack, but again, Mamoswine, not a Pokemon known for its bulk. Very nice charge move timing there by the Mamoswine, and they're going to be going for the Avalanche. Avalanche does grab the shield, but in comes a second Avalanche. Lugia is going to be taking big damage unless they commit the second shield, which they do. Mamoswine is a tough call to make. They're actually going to commit the final shield instead of saving it for Avalugg, and they're pushing for the Avalanche. Opponent makes a very nice catch as they're able to catch the Avalanche onto Dialga. Unfortunately for the opponent, that Avalanche is still neutral, and now in comes Avalugg. These Ice Fangs are absolutely chunking. The question is, can Avalugg survive an Iron Head? Moment of truth, it does. Avalugg is able to farm down and leaves with the Avalanche loaded. Back in comes Lugia. Lugia is going to be hit with the Avalanche. Avalanche almost KOs. In comes Mamoswine, finishing the job, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Giratina into Giratina Origin. Same plan, either form, gonna instantly save switch into the Mamoswine, and Origin is actually staying in. So again, they may not have a great response in the back to an Ice type. Avalanche able to grab the shield, and this could be a Shadow Ball. Going to commit the shield, but they get baited. That is really unfortunate. Giratina racing to the move. The opponent tries to catch onto a Melmetal, but they swapped one turn early. Mamoswine farms up to what should be a CMP tie with Melmetal, connects with the Bulldoze, and it is CMP. Very nice energy management to trap Melmetal into a CMP tie so that way they couldn't overfarm. In comes Giratina, and now that Melmetal has debuffed themselves, you can just commit to the farm down. You don't have to shield a thing. Melmetal actually is running Flash Cannon, but after it's debuffed, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Back in comes Giratina Origin, but this is now a very different game, as Altered is absolutely loaded on energy. First Dragon Claw lands, second Dragon Claw is going to be able to grab the shield. In comes Avalugg, and the final Pokemon is Excadrill. Unfortunately, Rock Slide will be hitting for super effective damage here. Going to commit the shield on the Rock Slide, and then go for the Avalanche. Gotta hope that this Avalanche is enough to KO. Avalanche, not quite enough. Come on, Avalugg. Oh, the Excadrill survives on 1 HP. They are going to be able to get off a Rock Slide, which will hit for super effective damage. Back in comes the Giratina. Giratina not wanting to take any Ice Fang damage. They throw right away. It's going to be a Shadow Ball. And from here, Altered is going to be able to reach the Dragon Claw. That is going to be more than enough to take out the Origin form. And that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Giratina into Mewtwo. Pretty nice lead overall. Opponent safe switches into Landorus Therian, and it is now breakfast time for XL Avalugg. These Ice Fangs absolutely tearing through Landorus, shields up the Stone Edge. Avalugg able to fully farm down. If the Mewtwo comes back in, Avalugg does have a nice amount of energy loaded. It is the Mewtwo, and they're going to be going for the Avalanche. Mewtwo doesn't have to shield this, but it would do a solid chunk of damage, so they commit the shield nevertheless. At this point, I don't think you shield Avalugg at all. You just let it go. They go for the Psy Strike. Avalugg tanks that surprisingly well, commits to the Avalanche, and is able to get there. This will do a solid chunk of damage onto the Mewtwo. Mewtwo, unfortunately, is able to overfarm by a lot here. So they will leave with quite a bit of energy, and unfortunately, we still don't know their second charge move. In comes Giratina, final Pokemon is Dialga, and in comes Mamoswine. Mamoswine going straight for the Avalanche. Avalanche will hit for quite a lot of neutral damage. Dialga, recognizing it's not a Bulldoze, they decide to let that through. This is a tough call, going to commit the shield on the Iron Head. Unfortunately, not going to be able to farm down, so they are going to be going for the Avalanche. This is going to be taking out the Dialga or grabbing the final shield. Dialga committing the shield. Dialga going for the farm down. Mamoswine survives on 1 HP, able to get to the Avalanche. That takes care of the Dialga. In comes Mewtwo. Opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. Hopping to the final match, leading Giratina into another Giratina Origin. Safe switching into Mamoswine. Origin farms up on energy, and in comes Melmetal. Going for the same plan as last time, farming up, going for the Bulldoze. Bulldoze would not KO, but actually grabs a shield. That is honestly perfect. They're just going to let the Mamoswine go down, but the Melmetal was baiting. Mamoswine survives and reaches another Bulldoze. Things could not be going much better here. Able to grab both shields, and it's a CMP tie. That's huge. Mamoswine just going to let itself go down. Rock Slide does not KO. Melmetal trying to Thundershock down. They get worried about another move, and they dump energy. Things are going absolutely incredibly right now. Giratina is going to be able to overfarm in this matchup, probably looking to leave with a move to threaten the Giratina Origin when it does come back in. I like the decision to go for the Shadow Sneak here. You don't want the Melmetal to switch out and reset their debuff. You want to get as much damage off on it as possible. Melmetal farming up a ton. Honestly, I was expecting them to swap out with that energy, but it looks like they are looking to stay in. Going for the Dragon Claw, actually no bubbling it, going for the Undercharge, and going to try and Shadow Claw down. Gonna have to take another debuffed move, but honestly, that is totally fine. These Rock Slides are not doing a lot of damage. Giratina is able to leave with a ton of energy, and it's Togekiss in the back. Avalugg is in a perfect position to sweep. In comes Avalugg, and this game is over. The opponent just doesn't know it yet. Avalugg going for the very aggressive farm down. going to be able to fully Ice Fang down the Togekiss, commits the shield on the Flamethrower, bring in that Giratina, and that is a good game. All in all, some incredibly cool battles featuring XL Avalugg in the Open Master League. I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of the XLs to compete in the Open Master League, so I do really appreciate seeing these submissions, as that way I get to see what these Pokemon can do at their maximum level and living up to their maximum potential. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide to the channel is really appreciated. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.